Travel tips, tricks, bits. Let's just talk about it. Things that I wish I knew, things that I wish I knew. Listen up. You know I like to travel. You know I'm always in one state or one country. Let's talk about it. If you've ever wanted to travel, I will say this. And there is something I call like a happy middle, or I don't know what you want to call it. There's gonna be one side, the other side, and the middle. And we're gonna label it the good, the bad, if you want to call it that, and the middle, right? Because there's always a middle. That's a happy medium type life, right? The good, the bad, and the middle. So, what I want you to know first thing is, unfortunately, there is no good, bad, middle, whatever. There's only whatever you make it. Okay, that's the thing. From my experience, I will tell you, I have had some discounts. I've had to pay full price, and I've had like it's been a lot. It's been a lot of craziness. The first trip that I ever took, well, I don't know if it was the first one, but anyway, one of the very first ones that I believe I influenced the trip was when I think I was like either 14, 15, like either 15 or 16 when I first watched the movie The Secret, okay? And this is real talk, and for those who know, you know. Um I was that age and I saw the movie The Secret and I said, "Oh my god, you know what? I'm going to manifest, I don't know, like coffee." You remember? I didn't even drink coffee. I don't know why the heck I did that, but I manifested a cup of coffee and I don't drink coffee. I didn't drink it. I just wanted to do that because it said it there. So then I started doing that and then I started manifesting small stuff. And then a little bit later, I manifested a trip. And I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I used to visualize. See, this is what happens. I want to talk about right now different types of traveling and and ways to manifest travel with and without money. Okay, I know this is gonna sound a little bit weird to some of you, but I want you to understand that there is a way for you to travel without money. Like I'm talking about $0 in your bank account. I'm talking about negative $5,000 in your bank account. I'm talking about you can be bankrupt and still excuse my French, still get on a beautiful plane and travel somewhere on a yacht, on a boat, on a cruise. When I was this age, I was thinking in my mind, I don't know where, but I wanted to go somewhere. Not where I was. I wanted to go be in a nice neighborhood and I wanted to be in a mansion. Kid you not. I would wake up every day and I would think about, and especially after school, more, I would do it more after school because that's been the time where I would have more time to relax. I would um, think about what I want. I remember I wanted to be in a jacuzzi in a nice hot tub. And mind you, I was like 15 or 16. I didn't have no money. Like I was saving some little change, you know what I'm saying? But that was really like for school, lunch, my shoes, or like saving for a car or whatever. But I wasn't saving for the trip. Had I know what I know later on about manifesting, I probably would have done things differently. But I'm telling you different experiences. So stick around, okay? Stick around and be patient. I'll get to the different ones right now. So this one that I had no money, right? What I did was I used to always think about what do I really want? And I think the vivid imagination really is what helped me a lot. Is I used to see myself in a mansion, like a castle, a big mansion style. I used to see like the big rooms, and I used to see my own room. I used to imagine what it's like being in my own room, and I used to just daydream, basically, right? I would daydream. I would be like, oh, I wish I could be free and listening to music, and I would love to do this, and I would love to, like see the flowers, and like I would love to like be on the computer. Like this was back in the days, guys. Okay, so please, okay, please, and you can upgrade it to whatever you want. Okay, going to Gucci, Fendi, Prada, whatever. Okay, imagine yourself shopping at those stores if that's what makes you happy. And I would imagine like flying on like what it would feel like. I would sit there and just like see myself on a flight getting off the plane, like traveling. I would always do that. I don't know. And not, I kid you not, it wasn't even like 3 months. It was not, I'm pretty sure it was like a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of months, but it wasn't, I know it wasn't more than 3 months. Because I remember the time when I started visualizing that and daydreaming about doing that, and then boom, it happened. It was less than 3 months. Some of you may be like, I don't want it to take 3 months. I want it tomorrow. Okay, microwave popcorn style person. I'm so sorry. It can happen if you are willing to let go of your current reality right now, blow it up, and then wake up tomorrow with a brand new reality. It can happen that fast, but most of us are ingrained and it takes some time. For me, it's very quick now. Like it's not that long, but before, this is what it took when I was first consciously starting out. And so then I remember, I don't know, I'm telling you, this is, again, this is the type of manifesting that things just randomly come out of the blue. Okay. I mind my business. I got up, I was going to school, whatever, like, not thinking about anything. And I think that's one of the most important parts for you to be able to like let it go and not think about it too and just go on with your day and find things to do, right? To not choke the manifestation, but just let it freely go and freely come. I don't know, I can't remember how it was, but I know that my mom had called me and told me something, Jennifer, come here, something. And then she said to me that one of her friends, who at that time she was writing books, she's an author, her sister, I don't know how it is, she saw my picture, or this lady told her sister about me and how I'm bright in school or whatever the case may be, right? And so I'm telling you my story, and this can happen in any way for you, any way, shape, or form. It's just not one size fit all. It can happen randomly through anything. It can happen through your job. It can happen through anywhere. And the lady called my mom and said, "Hey, my sister would love to like take your daughter on a trip or something like that." I cannot remember, guys. I'm so sorry. It's so long ago, but I do remember like everything as far as the part I'm going to tell you. I said yes, yes, yes. I don't know how the hell. And I'm the type of person that like my mom, of course, will always tell me as well, like, don't really like trust strangers. And you know how parents tell kids, be careful, don't trust strangers or whatever. But somehow this was just meant to be. Okay. This was like one of those meant to be type things where no devil or anything can stop it. Nothing can stop the blessing of God. So I said yes. And I don't know where I was going. I don't know what they were talking about. I just said yes. Okay. And the next thing you know, I'm on a flight, I'm on a plane, first class. I was like, whoa, first class? Like, I don't know where I'm going, what's happening. I did not even know, like, what the heck the name of the state was. I just knew I was on a plane. I'm serious, guys. Like, and I've been on a plane before that. I think I was like, when I was coming from Honduras. And in Honduras, I went from plane to plane, but it was never out the country. But I've been on a flight a lot of times before that. But this time it was different because I came from to United States anyway. It was so different. But I went to Michigan anyway. It was like a Toledo, Ohio, and Michigan in between, the borderline thing. This is what people say. But anyway, I remember that I used to when I arrived there. I remember we were driving and I saw deers. And I remember when I was like visualizing, I would see deers because I love this. I don't know if what movie it was. Let me know down in the comment section down below. I don't know if it was Pocahontas or Snow White. I think it was Snow White. When I saw all those little deers, and in my mind, like, oh my God, deers! And like in my mind, I was like, I wonder if they're real. Like I know. Don't come for me, okay? Do not come for me. I was a young person with a lot of imagination. I didn't know what was real and what wasn't real, okay? And well, like at that time, in a sense, I was very innocent, and so I remember all these things that I was daydreaming came true. The mansion. We arrived into this castle. When I say it was a castle, like even the little pointy, beautiful, like mansion, mega mansions. I don't know how many rooms this place had, like five, seven. I don't know. It had like a lot. Like it was ginormous, like humongous driveway, beautiful trees. It was beautiful. Like the flowers. We were doing gardening. I mean, like when I tell you everything I could imagine, I started learning how to drive there. Like it was everything. And I did not come out of pocket, not $1. I got treated like a princess, like a queen. I got my own room, the jacuzzi, guys, like everything it was so crazy. And in that trip, I started to realize just how powerful manifesting and visualization was. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the power of your mind and manifesting, um it became real for me. And again, that trip, they just called and they offered it, and I said yes. Where in your life are you not allowing yourself to say yes? Where in your life are you skeptical, right? Because if I was skeptical, if my mom was skeptical, if because my mom's was skeptical about a lot of things. She said no to a lot of things. Like for example, when I won some award, I think I had one, I remember, to go to Washington D.C., but these people were asking for a lot of money. Like back then, it was a lot of money. My mom didn't have that much money. She was a single mom working. I mean, it was hard. And I remember that I wanted to go so bad. And I know that was before this trip manifestation. And I didn't go. There was a lot of things like that that happened that did not happen because we didn't have the money. But if you keep trying, I'm telling you, just keep doing that, daydreaming, thinking about it, and just say, seeing what you want and not focusing more. I'm telling you, I feel like it really happened because I was more focused on what I wanted than what I didn't want. I would always think about what I wanted and dreaming about what I wanted. And then fast forward now, guess what? Put it down in the comments and let me know. If you follow me on IG, you should know. But how many states do you think I have been to since then? And how many countries do you think? Yes, people have done far more than what I'm about to show you, but I'm telling you, because of my daydreaming and my ability to dream, think, and see, and really just focus more on what I want. There were times where, of course, like times, months, I would even say, well, yeah, where I didn't like where I would get more of what I didn't want because my mind would focus on, oh, I don't want this, I don't want to feel bad, I don't want to do this. Where I did get a divorce, but what because my mind was always going down the negative rabbit hole of focusing on what I don't want and what I don't like and what I don't this. And I started to shift my gear every time I would shift gears. Don't let nobody tell you that manifestation is perfect, that you're always going to get what you want 24/7. That is not true. You can get up to 100%, 90% all the time, yes, but that does not negate that things won't happen. Here it goes, guys. Yes, 30 states and 7 countries. Whoa. Now that, like, it's crazy when you start to manifest things and you manifest things that are huge. I invite you to take a sip of your tea. Excuse me for 3 seconds. Oh, oh, that's so good. Um, when you manifest things that are huge, things that are big, there's a good and bad thing to it. When you get comfortable, okay, when you get comfortable in the big manifestation and you don't set more goals, or you're like, oh my god, like you kind of feel like something derails you, and then you get pulled back into focusing on what you don't have, what you don't want versus what you do want. Believe it or not, it still happens. Like, even though I have accomplished 30 states and 7 countries, let me know. Like, whoever has a like, let's say Donald Trump, if he says to you, no, I don't ever go back to focusing on what I don't want, he's lying. She's lying. Whoever it is, every single person at some point in their day or their life or their month, or if something happens where somebody dies, or they go bankrupt, the mind cannot help it but to go into the survival mode of focusing on what's bad, because the news is feeding us, and social media is feeding us. Oh, this person has this, and it's been 10 years and I'm still in the same place, right? And your mind can't help to wonder and dive into those things. That's why those high top performing people, they don't watch the news. They can be in the news on the TV, but they're not watching that. They're not going to consume that. They're not even on social media, and if they are, they have somebody managing it for them. Some of us in the lower ranges, we have to do what we have to do, but we have to understand that if we get consumed by these things, we're done. So I want you to know that some of these trips were manifested with money, without money. Some of them, again, and so let's keep talking about it, right? That trip, again, I didn't pay $1, like not one. Everything was covered, from the flight to the food, like and that trip was, let me just tell you how long that trip was. It was my entire summer school year, like month thingamajigger. You know how every summer we have like a, in this, if you're in the United States or anywhere in the country, in the world, you have like a summer break, if you have one, for 2 or 3 months, almost 2.5 months. I was there like almost 3 months, right? Two and a half, almost 3 months, right before the week where my school was about to start. Everything was covered, food, bills, like it was a blessing. Okay, and you know what's the funny part is, I used to read the Bible a lot back then. I still do now, but I mean, I used to, like, a lot more back then, like when I was first really more getting into the Word of God, because when you know it, you know how you get comfortable, in a sense. And so I remember that. It's funny because looking back on it, it's funny. The name of the beautiful, beautiful people that I love them so much. Mwah. If you're watching this, I love you so much. God bless your souls. You guys are divine miracles for me. Literally, to start my manifestation career, is their names were John and Mary, which is so funny, right, guys? Isn't that funny, right? And so I want you to know that I did not pay out of pocket or anything. Like, I had free food, guys, everything you can think about. Like, when I tell you gourmet style, like going out, movie nights, girl nights out, shopping, like I got spoiled. Like, it was so divinely arranged by God. And I got back home, like everything was covered, everything was covered. Now there are times, let's say, manifesting trips that I had to pay for. So I think, I can't tell you after that, because I feel like I'm going to talk for 20 hours here, but I'm going to give you the gist of, like, trying to remember, right? Because when you try to remember, it's like you got to try to remember. So I remember, for example, when I got into, I think it was Amway or something, like some network marketing thing, they would like discount trips for us for whatever, 50% off or something, right? So I would manifest that to where I would have to pay half the flight, or my mentors, my ex mentors would cover the trip, my flight, and I would only have to cover my food. Those are ways that you do manifest things. And so I started manifesting money, building my business when I was young, selling products when I was young, right? So you have to take the action, of course. You have to do what you love or what you like, and then God will supply. He will bless you. If you take the action, He's going to bless whatever you're doing with the right intention. And so I started like that, right? Taking trips in a car, not only flights, but trips in a car, road trips, right? Getting to know all, like, let's say, Florida, and then Georgia, and then whatever, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and I stopped in every single state, and I would camp, and I would go to hotels, and I would go to Disney World, Orlando, and everywhere that I wanted to ever go, right? Like everything I wanted to do has been done, whether I pay for it or I manifested it. There were trips where I went to Vegas for free. So somebody covered my flight, whatever the case may be, out of the blue. They're like, hey, do you want to go on this trip? I'm like, yes. So some trips I would get for free, and I would say no, because it wasn't in alignment with my assignment, or it wasn't the right time. So it became very natural to me. And if you want to book a paid consultation with me, please go ahead and write the word consultation and let me know. Let me sip a little bit more of this so that we can also get you, traveling, if that's what you want. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so good. Hmm. Oh my goodness, this is so good. And so I want you to start visualizing, where do you want to go? Who do you want to go with? What do you want to do when you get there? Make a list on the itinerary, whatever. Let me know, down in the comment section down below. The itinerary, whatever. Um, Make a list of what you want. Doesn't matter the price. And here's why I'm gonna tell you. I just told this to one of my friends. I sent her a message. She just got a new home. Shout out, girl. Shout out, girl. Shout out to you. Oh, my hair. I don't know what it. She got a new home. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her. She's decorating with furniture, and right now she's saying this and that about. I'm like, listen. Here's what you gotta do, and I'm telling you, this is what you have to do with your trips. Do not look at the price. Okay. Somebody was telling me this about a trip the other day. I was in a call with a client and I said this. I said, do not worry about the price. Do not worry about where the money's going to come from. You just worry about what you want, but let it really be what you want. Go shopping for the furniture online and spend the money vibrationally. So I want you to think and, yes, pretend like you're actually going shopping and buying what it is you really want. An example, there were some nightstand lamps that I wanted and I saw on like Amazon, and then I saw in at Rooms to Go. I saw them and I really liked them, and I saw, ooh, those are pricey. It's quite a lot of money. I have the budget for it. Like I have the money, but I don't have the budget for it. I don't want to spend it. And so something told me, okay, get it in your mind. I spent it. Kid you not. Listen to this. I kid you not how crazy this works. Okay, when I went to the trash can, yes, the trash can in our luxury apartment place, because people throw out nice stuff all the time. I'm telling you, people throw out mirrors and like, oh, yes, I know I don't like bringing energy things into my house like that. And it depends because I can feel energy on things and I don't like, there's things that I would never touch. But I'm telling you, I had dreams about this. Something told me to go throw my trash away. Like it was so persistent. And I'm like, go throw my trash away. I went to throw the trash away. I found the exact, when I tell you the exact model, the exact color, the exact, like, you would not believe the black and gold rim with the fancy, looking like this, what, like a peach type color covered golden thing. It was insanely crazy to me, but that's the power of manifestation. I got them for what, free 99. Yes, there are things that I wanted, like a certain bracelet, and it was like $110. I was just telling my friend this, and then I was like, oh, I don't have, like, I have the money, but I don't want to spend it. I don't have the budget for that. There are certain things that you have budget for, and you have to, like, whatever. So I went into the store. Something told me, go get down in the store, and I went into the store and I saw exactly that bracelet for like $35. I was like, we getting that. We are getting that is exactly what we're getting. And it happened with jewelries that were $2,000, $5,000 that I wanted, and I got them for like 10%, 10% of what this whole thing cost over here, right? So if it was 5,000, I got it for like 500 or 1,000. And so with your trips, you have to start knowing, researching this place. Where do I want to go? What do I want to experience? Do I want to ride ATVs? Like the same thing happened with a trip for one of my friends. She was going for her birthday to like Mexico. Shout out, girl, if you know who I'm talking about. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. And so remember, for a long time, she was planning this whole trip for a whole year. And me, I was dreaming about going to Mexico. I was like daydreaming, right? Me and my daydream, okay? Cheers to daydreaming. And so I remember down to the couple of months before she was going, whoever the other girl that she was going with canceled or something happened. She told me, do you want to go? I'm like, heck yeah, I want to go. And then she had booked like some package that was like with a discount or something. And so I didn't have all the money at that time because I had just came from a trip. I had just came from, I don't know where I had came from, not some other trip. If you know me and you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been from trip to trip, from trip to trip, and it's been fun. And so I remember I said, can you please give me like a few weeks or something, let me gather up. And she said yes. Long story short, guys, I went on this trip, and I remember that everything that I was like visualizing before, everything that I was daydreaming about, riding ATVs and going on this boat that had the little catamaranta thing or the little like hammock thing in the front of the boat. I was so scared. I don't know how I did that. I don't know. Pero lo hice. I was so scared. But it was fun, and everything that I've ever dreamed of, everything in my mind that I see has come to life. because I daydream, I believe and I surrender and I keep going and I take action. And even though I don't have one, if I didn't have, sometimes I would have money for it, sometimes I wouldn't have no money, sometimes I would know how it would happen, other times I wouldn't know how it will happen. There's some things that I don't know how they're going to happen. I just know that they will happen. And sometimes we want things to happen like right away, and it takes time sometimes, and it may take no time, it may take like 3 seconds, in the next 10 seconds you're going to receive a phone call, somebody's going to ask you, hey, let's go on a trip. It's just that simple. Right now I want us to do a technical meditation. It's not really meditation because we're always meditating anyway, we're always in a meditative state, okay? And I want you to just take this time, I want you to think about, where do you want to go next? I already have it in here. What do you want to do when you get there? I already have it here. Do you want to go on a fancy dinner? I already have it here. Can you see that? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to go with? If you want to go by yourself, that's fine. If you want to go with God, the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, that's fine. If you want to go with a friend, see yourself with that friend. If you don't see yourself with that, right? See yourself doing what you want. Do you want to go, what, like, what do you want to wear on this trip? Do you want pictures? Do you want videos? What do you want? You have to be specifically clear. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to give you time, because if this is your first time manifesting, or if it's like, some people will talk so fast, I'll be like, can you slow down? I would have to pause the video. So if I'm going too fast, please do me a favor, pause the video, because this part is super important. When I say super important, you could be manifesting in about 30 seconds, your manifestation can come through. Where do you want to go? I have it here. I can see it. I can see the city. I can see it in the daytime and in the nighttime. Can you? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be with? Who do you want to go with? See it in your mind. Just see it in your mind. Close your eyes if you need to. Close your eyes. Close your eyes if you need to. What do you want to experience when you're there? What type of food do you want to eat? Do you want to go ATV riding or snorkeling or horseback riding or dolphin riding or swimming or kayaking or whatever, right? I don't know. Is there snow? Is it snowing, or is the sun out? Are you in there in the winter, or are you in this, or are you there in the summer? Right? Are you in, where are you? Are you shopping in the mall? Are you just laying in a hammock? Are you sipping coconuts? Are you with friends? Are you meeting new people? What is happening? I want you to feel everything right now. And yes, if you want to use the word, I don't know if you, I don't like using the word pretend, but I want you to be there right now. Okay, take your physical body and take it into where you want to go, and I want you to experience it right now. So I am in that place right now. I want you to be physically, mentally, and spiritually in that place right now. And I want you to be listening to this video. And I want you to feel as if you're there in that place where you want to be watching this video. And you're like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. I can't imagine. I would never imagine that I'm actually here right now listening to this video in this place where I really want to be. I've always wanted to be here. Think about what you're going to be. I want you to think about what you're doing next after you watch this video. What are you going to do next? So, whenever you get up and you go to your kitchen, I want you to think that wherever you are, you're going to the kitchen of wherever that place is. If you're in an Airbnb, if you're in a mansion, if you are in a hotel, if you're in a five-star hotel, if you're in a whatever level floor, I want you to go to your door. Pretend like it's the elevator, it's going up to wherever you want to go. And I want you to live in that place, because that's what's going to attract this experience to your life. And if you need to rewatch this video, rewatch it. I'm telling you, I give thanks to daydreaming, and daydreaming, but with the feeling that it's already done. Because before, I, years and years ago, I would remember it was very hard. It was a struggle to manifest certain things, because I would put it outside of me. I would say, I really want that is out there. But once I brought it inside, it's like, so what would begin to happen as well? Hold on, tea break. I like to drink my tea. when it's really hot. It's not like hot, hot right now. It's warmish. But what's gonna begin to happen as well? This is good and bad news for me, I would say, and I don't know for you, but take it how it resonates. I remember where I would hate that I when I began the process of, people say pretending to be, but when I began the process of being, let's say if I wanted to go to Colombia, and I pretended, or yes, let's call it that. I pretended to be in Colombia, or I acted like if I acted like if I was already in Colombia, and I did everything, and I went out and I saw Barranquilla and whatever. I danced with the music, and then went out to the clubs in my mind. Right, I was doing all this. What will start to happen sometimes, I realize, is you begin to live the experience as if you were there. You watch the videos, you know what the streets look like, you feel like you're actually waking up inside of Colombia or wherever you want to go, that end destination. And what you will begin to feel and notice is that you'll get bored, right? You're like, oh, well, I already did what I wanted to do here. Now on to the next, right? You're like, oh, well, now I want to go to Peru or Bolivia or Antarctica or Dubai or UK or, London or China or LA or whatever, right? You just want to go to somewhere that you haven't been before. When you bring yourself there, like if you bring yourself right now to Las Vegas, right? And you're like, okay, I'm in Vegas right now. I've always wanted to be here. And you start researching the hotels. You feel what it feels like. Like I did that before I ever went to, and I've been to Vegas now at least 7 times, or probably even more. And very nice hotels, okay, very nice hotels, very beautiful places, from the lowest up to the highest end type of hotels. From those that you were like, they smoke in here, get me out of here, to like the cosmopolitan that's like 1,000, 3,000 a night or whatever, to like all those big old fancy ones, right? The Eiffel Towers and like all those beautiful places with very fancy stuff. And once you experience, like, Jennifer, but what's the point then? What's the point of living there, of being there now, if the feeling's going to go away? What happens is, I feel, and I feel like this is what happens is, and let me know in the comment section down below, is once you feel the experience and then you get bored and you're tired because it was like a vacation, your body automatically moves to the next thing. And then whenever that experience, like that experience is catching up to you, it's going to happen in such a way, in such a way that you would never imagine in a million years it would happen. So for example, that trip that I had um to Mexico, I would never in a million, like I've always wanted to go. I remember I used to visualize and look at the pictures and look at hotels, and we stayed at some nice places. We went to like the very nice parks. We went to like Escarlet, Escarlet, if you know what I'm talking about, Escarlet. We went to Isla Morada, like where the that beautiful stuff is, and Carmen de something, La Playa, we went to Cancun, and we stayed like in the Marriott thingy majigger, which was beautiful, fancy, whatever, beautiful view of the ocean view. And we had the time of our lives. Like I had a great time, and we went to the clubs, all that stuff. Okay. So what happened before that? I would never in a million years imagine. Maybe a year or two ago, I lived that the experience I'm telling you to live now, and then it just came out of nowhere. Like it just happened, right? And we have to be ready to take action. So I know that it could be like you're like, oh well, because I felt like that. So nobody had said it to me, but after I heard people say it, but after when I experienced it, I'm like, oh my God, well, like in the moment I was like, this, I don't like how this feels. Like I don't like that I have to be where I want to be, and then I get bored and I don't want it anymore, because human beings were like that. That's why it's so important to spend vibrationally, so that if you actually spend and pretend or act as if you're driving the actual Rolls Royce or Ferrari, Bentley, you pretend like you're getting out of this car. And if you feel a week later that you don't want it, guess what? You didn't spend all your life savings on this thing, whether it be a bed or a chair, a pair of shoes and clothes that you no longer will want, right? And I know this exercise can be a little bit frustrating and hard to get used to at the beginning, but it has allowed me to manifest 95% of the things I've ever wanted in my life, and really just allow those things that I don't want to disappear, or at least those things that I thought that I wanted. And sometimes, you know, when you become a great manifester, and I know that if you're tuned in into this videos because you already manifested a lot of things in your life, but you're also looking for different techniques, strategies to manifest more or manifest faster, manifest quicker. And so I hope anything in this video has helped you. If it did, like this video, and I will continue to make more videos like this. But I will tell you, spend your money vibrationally wherever you want to go. Know what you want, build an itinerary, you know what I mean? A list of things that you want to do when you're in that city, in that town, in that country, in that state, in the school, and you whoever you want to meet. Um, do your best to be very detailed, and also let go of the outcome as much as you can, because when you put tension on something, it just I don't know, not it really doesn't work for me when I put tension on it and then I stress out and stress and keep stress. It just doesn't work. But when I tend to let go and allow the universe to maneuver me into wherever I need to be, it happens quite easily. What else do I have to for you? um I want to give two like things. If you are on this side of the spectrum where you have no money but you still want to manifest, and I want to give you some talk when you are here when you do have money and you still want to manifest, but perhaps you don't want to spend your money or you don't mind spending money. Let's talk about it. If you have no money and you want to manifest, I'm with you. I hate being in that stage so much because it's so frustrating. It's like people don't understand you. Believe it or not. A lot of us understand because we've been there, but yeah, I know I hate it. People don't understand you. Like they don't, right? Like the ones who have the money don't. And I'm taking myself back in time when I didn't have the money to manifest the things that I really wanted. And I will tell you this, F it. Okay? If I could look back and tell my 16-year-old self or 14-year-old self or whatever, 17-year-old self or whatever that age I was trying and really trying, and all those years that I tried and I was struggling and stuff, and I was worrying about it and putting so much pressure on it, I would say F it. Just yes. I want to say it so bad, but I you know, F it, right? Right? Because it's not worth it. It's not worth your energy. I would say focus on what makes you so happy right now. Focus on what you have in front of you. Focus on going to the park, going to school, going to the job, going to watch Netflix, going to paint your nails, do your hairs, go visit a friend. Try to do everything possible to stay in a good vibration and a positive vibration. And yes, if you have to cry, cry and let out bad feelings. Do not hold in anything. If you feel um like angry towards something, if you feel angry towards your manifestation, like I don't have any money, I don't know how this is going to happen, I'm frustrated, I don't like where I am, I don't like living with my parents, I don't like living with this person, I don't like my spouse, I don't like my dog. Just go through your process, because you will manifest it either way. And I'm gonna say this because truthfully, I feel like there's so much more to say on this side than this side. But I'll tell you, because when you have money and you've manifested things, like you know, but when you don't really have money, you haven't manifested a lot of things, or you're really, really, really trying. I'm gonna say this. If I can give myself an advice, I would say dive deep into what I don't want. I wouldn't say, oh, be positive and stay in a good vibration. Yes, of course, that's important. Yes, that's what we actually have to do. But knowing me, if you're stubborn, or if you were stubborn, or you're stubborn, anything like me, I would say, well, you know what? Hell, go hard on the negative side. Tell me if that works for you. Tell me how it makes you feel. And I would suggest you make a list of all the things you don't want. But really, like, make a list for 3 hours until your hand falls off. Because what you'll notice is you will not like feeling bad. You won't like feeling depressed. You won't like focusing on the bad. That when you begin to make a list of all the positive things in your life, you will really stay in that positive vibration for far much longer time. And then I would say, I'm so sorry that it's taken this long for you to manifest, because um, you should have everything you want by now. I know it's not easy, and I hate it because it's hard. And I hate that you have to struggle, and fight. I hate it. I hate that your whole being wants to surrender, but you keep thinking about the negative stuff. And I hate that it's taking you longer because you can't focus and you can't rewire your brain in the time frame you want, and you don't understand certain things now, but eventually you will. And even though you hate waiting and you hate how long it takes, just keep hating it, because that hate will produce impatience to then produce the manifestation that you want. You see, some people manifest out of love and other people manifest out of hate. Don't let other people tell you that, oh, I manifest out of love all the time. I've never manifested out of hate. You better not play with me. I have manifested out of love and I have manifested out of hate. I have manifested trips out of love where I pick up and I go because I love my mama and I surprised her with a trip because I loved her. But then I also manifested a trip out of hate because I hated a certain person that I was around, and I manifested my way out of there. Okay? And it took time. It could take time, whatever you want to look like, 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Okay? But you manifest either way. I would say use that manifestation, use that hate to manifest, use the love to manifest. Either way, you're always manifesting. Use it to your advantage, okay? And always do no harm to nobody, okay? Hate your situation, but use that hate to manifest a new car, a new home. Use the hate that, oh, I hate this job. Use that hate to manifest a new job. Hate the job a lot more to manifest your ass out of it. Okay? For those who have money, book the damn trip. That's all I gotta say. Book the damn trip, because the money gonna go anyway. It's gonna go to your rent. It's gonna go to your bills. It's gonna go to the dog, to the cat, to the car that you did not know that's gonna break down on your ass. The money's gonna go somewhere. So if I were you, I would allocate my resources to book my damn flight, to book the trip, to book the cruise, to book whatever you gotta book. You better goddamn book it. I'd open a bank account that's called trips, and I would trip my way up in there and save my money. Every dollar I get, I'll transfer that up in there. Book it. For those who have money and you're manifesting, use your resources. If you don't want to use your resources, use your resources. If you don't want to use your resources, use your imagination. When you get tired, use your resources if you haven't manifested yet, because that's what's going to really happen if you're not patient and you want to manifest, because the resources manifested into your life because you manifested the resources to book the trip. You're very welcome. So, oh my goodness, I love you guys so much. I think this is long overdue. I had a lot of fun in this episode. I had a lot of fun. Like this video if you did. If you want a part two, comment down below part two. and I'll give it to you. Okay? This is your girl JP. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Ciao. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye, guys.